Good.
It's good, right?
Yes.
Nice.
This is one of my favorites, actually.
Me too.
I'm a big
Thank
fan.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And so now we move on to our party atmosphere segment. We're going to start with the invitation. What I did was I made just a nice little easy invitation on Mat Stack, whatever that is. I found it at TJ Maxx for $4 for 18 sheets of it. It's a nice, good cardboard, almost like what a coaster thickness. It's an invitation, please join us for Beer in the Garden, a casual convergence of friends and neighbors. It says, you know, the date, the time, our address, regrets only, and then it asks you to please bring a 6-pack of the beer of your choice. And we'll talk about what we do with that later. But you just hole punch it, throw a ribbon through it, and you can just go and hang it on your neighbor's doorknobs. So there's no mailing, labels, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Nice and cute.
Much more pleasant than a bill to walk out.
Absolutely. You can also do your own coasters. Now I looked online and found a couple of different websites where you can personalize your own beer coasters. It's kind of expensive. It's about $25 for 25 of them. Really cute, but if it's a time crunch, I just went on Adobe Illustrator, found a coaster template, and did the same sort of thing. Please join us for Beer in the Garden. Little clip art on there with a beer.
Really?
And I went to my local package store and they gave me some Bud Light coasters, so
Jocelyn knows them very well at the local package store, by the way.
We're very close friends. Thank you, Walter. So I just cut it out, printed it out, cut it out, stuck it on, and you can use these for your beer, or you can punch a hole in these too and use those as your invitation as well. And nice and easy, cheap.
I was going to say, and all of these are also available on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Greater Boston Gala Girls, so you can download everything.
Great.
Okay, so now we move on to the ever popular floral arrangements, because it's Beer in the Garden, so we absolutely have to have flowers. And I would love to say that, you know, our gardens are so overwhelmed and, you know, like flowing with flowers. They're not really. I got a lot of weeds in my, yeah, exactly. So what I did was I went to the grocery store actually and got some flowers that were in season, very colorful. And what we wanted to do was, we thought this was kind of a summery thing. I took some, like, you know, crushed tomato, San Marzano tomato cans, and what we did was take the tomatoes out of them, which we're using for something else, and just filled them with water, and these are going to be our little vases, so we thought we'd use those.
However, if your garden is in bloom, if you've got lilac bushes that are flowering, if you've got rose bushes or peonies, just go out there with scissors, cut them, and fill these, and again, you've got a nice and easy centerpiece.
Speaking of peonies, we actually do have some, although I cheated and bought them. Okay, so what I always like to do is use a flower that's kind of cheap, and it's a good filler flower. Astramaria is very good for this, so if you guys want to throw a couple
we're actually
in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly, yeah, I thought these were kind of nice. And I got some Gerber daisies, and again, what I thought was a good idea was to really, you know, like, make it very colorful again, because it's Beer in the Garden. Here you go. Why don't you guys take some lilies? I thought that would be cute. Some peonies. Here you go, Jen, Jocelyn. And there you are. Why don't you take another one? And
now she actually took a flower arranging course. Me, I'm just a natural.
Jocelyn, she has the flair. Now, these funky little things I actually did find in the garden. I don't know what they are. They could very well be weeds, but they're flowering weeds. So I figured this was a nice little. Yeah, sorry. It's hay fever.
It's ragweed.
Look out below.
They're not dandelions. So
no, they're not.
And one of the things that I always like to do, especially when you have low containers like this, cut the flowers really small. And when you kind of jam them in like this, it looks really, really full. You know, and you don't have to really do anything too funky to it. Just cut them and jam them in. And then what you can do is put these all around, you know, the tables or, you know, whatever you're using in your garden. Thought that would be a nice thing. And they're kind of cute, you know, I mean, and, you know, people could take them home if they wanted to, and they certainly are cheap. Yeah. So there we go. There are flowers.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Those really look pretty.
Don't
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah,
Really,
absolutely.
and the color from the cans and everything adds to it. I like it.
Why not, right?
So
I figure
fancy.
if, you know, again, as for Beer in the Garden, like, you know, I always tend to go to something like a rose or something really fun, kind of, you know, fun and pretty. But the roses that I saw were all very, like,
Formal.
Yes,
Yeah.
formal,
This is
exactly.
formal.
These I thought were really nice.
Yeah.
Now, what we always do, obviously, is have a soundtrack to the evening, which also serves as the party favor. So what we did was Beer in the Garden, the soundtrack, and Jocelyn had a few ideas for some summertime songs. We've got like Summer Wind,
Yep.
Frank Sinatra. Jocelyn insisted upon some Jimmy Buffett.
I'm not a fan, but I know that there are a lot of people who are. For me, I'd rather have
I'm not a
Leonard.
parrot head, but I am a fan.
I'd rather have Leonard Skinner, but
Yeah,
you know, hey,
that's a
whatever.
different
mix it up a
party.
little.
Yeah.
So we did some Toots and the Maytals, some
Jack
Bill
Johnson.
Withers,
I mean,
Jack
what
Johnson.
says laid back in the
Beach
garden
Boys,
with
yeah.
Jack Johnson?
It's summer music,
Yeah.
and it's a really good listen.
It's
You
a
should
great
check it out
CD.
on our website.
So there you go. These are all of your. This is the soundtrack to the evening, and everyone gets to take one. And then, lastly, the game. And Jocelyn, I really think that you should be the one to kind of tell everyone about the game, because this is really kind of your thing here.
Yes, this is very difficult.
It actually is kind of hard.
It is. Towards the middle of the party, what you're going to do is you're going to give everybody one of these lists. It's got our signature clip art and A to Z lines. Basically, you put your name on it, and you have to come up, you've got 10 minutes, and you've got to come up with a beer or something beer related that corresponds to every letter. So A could be Anheuser-Busch, but you're going to get in trouble with Q.
Absolutely. And one of the fun things about this game, I don't know if you've ever played Scattergories, but as Jocelyn said, everyone is going to get one of these, and it's kind of a good thing because it gets the guys involved as well. Because let's face it, I mean, if you really want to paint with a broad brush, they're going to be better at beers than the ladies are. Again,
good
painting
point.
with a broad brush, I'm just saying.
You could turn it into bars where you've gotten drunk. you know?
Exactly, yeah,
Whatever.
exactly.
The other thing is though, is we've asked everybody to bring a 6-pack. So what we've done is we've got a box for a case of beer, and as everybody comes in, we're going to take a couple of those beers, and so the winner of this game goes home with a mixed case of everybody's favorite beer.
What a great idea.
Yeah, so
I
it's
love
kind of
it.
fun that way. You've had a chance to sample some of these beers, and then you get to go home with them if you're a really big beer connoisseur.
Or if you're still clothed at that time. So there you go.
Yep, Beer in the Garden. It's a really easy and fun party.
Can we have our fourth Gala Girl come in so we can do our final toast of the evening?
Absolutely.
I'm here.
There we are.
So once again, we are the Greater Boston Gala Girls, and any excuse for a party.
Cheers.